Hi guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with the next round of F1 2015 modded career mode. Today we are here in Austria, Spielberg, Österreich, whatever you want to call it. We're here and we're ready for, I think, the 4th episode of this year's season. So this is one-shot qualifying as we have done for the rest of the season. I forgot to record it last time out, but this time I have remembered, which is good. And hopefully we'll get a good lap time in here. And these full wet conditions in Austria, I'm not too sure whether I've ever driven in these full wet conditions in a back-end car, because just sliding about all over the place is basically what happens around here with a not-so-good car. I think I've driven it in a Mercedes and it was alright in the wet conditions, but in a not-so-good car, well, you're sliding about all over the place. But through the first sector, we weren't too far off there of Vettel, who was currently leading, about 0.6 of a second off him, but you can see under power, Vettel gets away a lot easier there. He just has supreme grip in that Ferrari. But breaking through here down to 3rd gear and just got to carry the momentum through this corner. Didn't really hit the apex there and got a bit sideways on the exit. But you can see every corner, Vettel just pulls away, and it's, I don't know why, but the Sauber just doesn't seem too good around this track, not gonna lie guys. Maybe better in the dry conditions, but it's just sliding out all over the place. 1.7 seconds now down. That's through the middle sector. So if we continue this trend of losing that much time, we'll probably be about 2.5 seconds up by the end of the lap, so that wouldn't be a very good lap time at all, to be perfectly honest. Missing the apex once again and running all over the AstroTurf on the outside there and hitting there the sort of big curb on the inside and running wide once again. That's a bad lap. As we head to the start-finish line, it's a 1:22 and that puts us 18th. Only 1/10 of a second ahead of Stevens. Yes, we've got a lot to improve on in this race here today. Starting in 18th place here, our teammate Ericsson 17th. He's not in a good one either. And the lights will be coming on any second now. The lights are out and away we go here in Austria. Heading to turn 1. We've actually had a very good start here. Perez has had a bad one. So has Ericsson. Heading to turn 1. Hopefully looking to the inside. No, there's just cars everywhere. There's carbon fibre flying as well. As we try and get through the middle of a couple of cars. They're up to 14th place. They're past Hulkenberg. And one of the Lotuses, I think that is Maldonado, he got past there. As you can see, Grosjean's in front of us here. But up to the sort of top. It's not really a hairpin, is it? But it's a very tight corner. Going up there and diving down the inside of a couple of cars there. That's up to 10th place there. I think that's just behind Kvyat. Yes, it is. Just behind Kvyat now. And up into P10. Ahead of Button is McLaren. But look at this. Who's this? Raikkonen going very slowly down this back straight here. We're looking to the inside. We're getting past Kvyat and Raikkonen as well there. Up past him and up into 8th place now with Daniel Ricciardo in front of us here. So that's a pretty surprising start, not gonna lie guys. With the realistic damage, I was very scared with the first couple of corners here, because I was like, we're gonna lose a front wing or something like that, because let's be honest, this track's got a lot of really tight corners where cars bunch up quite a bit. Not a lot, but like 3 or 4 corners where the cars bunch up quite a bit, and you've got to be very careful there. You don't lose a bit of your front wing or all of your front wing. That's the risk here today. And as we head across the start-finish line here, how far are we going to be behind? Ricciardo here, just less than 0.8 of a second there behind Ricciardo. But through turn 1, we should be able to carry more speed as Ricciardo's slightly stuck up behind the car in front of him. Not too sure it is. I think it might be a Toro Rosso Verstappen, I'm assuming. Anyway, we're trying to look to the outside here of Ricciardo. He's not really given us space there. They can sort of duck back to the inside here and brake a little bit later and get past Ricciardo in the braking zone. Now Verstappen, can we get past him? That'd be pretty tough in honesty, because he's had a really good run out of that corner. And now going up to this next turn here, which is a 3rd gear right-hander, we should be able to brake a bit later than him, but we brake a lot later than him. Dive it down the inside, make up that position, and now we're up into 5th place here. A couple of cars going to the pit lane now on lap number 6. The DRS is wide open here as we go across the start-finish line, doing a 1 minute 12.793, but this is our pit stop lap here, and we're actually catching up to the Mercedes here. I think Vettel's in 2nd place currently, and he's probably slightly holding up Rosberg here. We've sort of lost Verstappen, which I suppose is good in a way, because we won't have the challenge of him through the DRS, but we're purple through the first sector here, and then we're going to have Rosberg. We're not going to quite get the DRS on Rosberg, but we're going to have Rosberg quite close in front of us here. You can see Verstappen, he's nearly lost 10 seconds to us. We've had a really good first stint here. I'm not too sure what the problem is in qualifying, but we can't get a good qualifying lap in. But our race pace is extremely good in this career mode so far with Sauber, so that's good I suppose. But now we're going to have to try and close down the Mercedes and the Ferrari. That's a big task, but we might be able to do it. But in all honesty, guys, we're going to probably have to use the standard fuel mix for a bit. I think we've been running the fast fuel mix for the most of this race so far, so I would assume we'll have to switch down the fuel mix soon and go a bit slower in the end of the race here. But we're going to, well, we'll put it into rich mix there and then put it, I assume, down into lean mix here. I think that's what I was trying to do, but I messed up the buttons there. But going to the pit lanes there, looks like Hamilton has stopped, but neither Vettel or Rosberg have stopped there, and Hamilton just gets out of the pits in front of us there, so that sort of just shows how much of an advantage he has already over us there as we go into our pit stop here. And just changing over to the soft compound tyres out of our pit stop there, 3.7 stop, not too shabby. The only problem now is, are we going to come out behind any AI? That would be a bit of a worry here. Looks like there are going to be some cars around the outside of us here. I know that's definitely a McLaren, and then looks like there's a car just there as well. It's a Williams. I think that's a Felipe Massa. And it looks like Bottas. Yeah, Bottas just behind us as well here. So it's looking likely we might have a bit of a challenge here from Bottas in the DRS zone next time, on this next straight, I should say. 0.5 of a second behind Massa, so we should get the DRS on him as well. Yes, we do. DRS wide open now on Felipe Massa. Maybe can we get past him in the same place we got past Verstappen? Well, it's quite a way back here, but we've put our car to the inside. We've braked incredibly late, shifted it down to second gear there. We get around the corner very well there, and are up into 8th place now, which I think will be 5th place after everyone's pitted here. But we'll see what happens at the end of the lap. Everyone should have stopped by the end of this lap, so we'll see how everything's gone by that, and also see if we get any closer to Rosberg and Vettel. I mean, it's looking quite unlikely because obviously they got very fast cars, but maybe we could close the gap in just enough there to maybe get the DRS here. But look at this. Is that Alonso? Oh, sorry, no, it's Button, is it? Button going to the pits in front of us here. And if he'd backed off any more through that corner there, it could have been an accident because, you know, they stopped sort of in the middle of the track, which is a bit annoying, but I suppose the AI program like that because they need to go into the pit lane at the right time. But have we closed in on him? I'm not too sure. Vettel still... Oh, sorry, Vettel's lost the place. Now, Rosberg's jumped in the stops there, I'm assuming. So, I suppose that's all right for Vettel. But at the end of the day, guys, this race wasn't too exciting because, look, lap number 17 here, and we're exactly the same position here. We've lost time to Vettel. You'll see across the line here that the gap's about 11 seconds. And we've got a big old gap to Raikkonen, who was in... I don't know what happened to Raikkonen, actually. I swear he was ahead of us, but I looked through the whole footage and basically are in the same position the whole time. So cars had pitted and we were in 4th place after everything had shaped out. So looking to the inside of Stevens there, and I'm not too sure, like, what are you doing, Stevens? Let me through. But he wanted to make it as hard as possible for me there. I went to the inside because I thought he was going to let me through there, but I didn't exactly work out there. Raikkonen's 9 seconds behind me, so I'm in a big gap with literally no cars around me now except from Stevens, who was sort of parked himself in the middle of the track there. But at the end of the day, we should be able to bring home 4th place, so it should be more solid points. It wouldn't quite be the podium that we'd maybe have wanted in this round after having 2 good results recently, but I shouldn't be too disappointed. Let's be honest, we've got a Sauber underneath us here. We're not a very good car in comparison to the cars we're, you know, around in the championships, like the Mercedes, the Williams and the Ferraris and the Red Bulls. They're all faster than us, really, so I'm pretty surprised we've had a good season considering our bad qualifying in general here. Hitting that big curb on the inside there, but luckily for us we got to the start-finish line to finish in 4th place there. 17 cars finished that race, so overall pretty happy with that. Ericsson finished in 19th place. Well, he retired obviously, so he was the 2nd person to retire in that race there, but overall good race for us there. That's 12 more points there. Hamilton wins with Rosberg in 2nd and Vettel, I should say, I was about to say Ricciardo. Vettel in 3rd place there. Then we finished in 4th, and it's Raikkonen, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Kvyat, Maldonado and Perez was the top 10 in the end there. Felipe Massa ended up outside the points. That's kind of surprising there. And neither Williams in the points. That's kind of strange, isn't it? But anyway, let's have a look at the driver standings there. Well, we closed up a bit on Massa after that, obviously. So there's an 11-point gap to Massa now, who was actually leading the championship earlier on in the season. The gap from the top front 2 is 9 points now. Vettel's still within the fight there. He's 21 points behind Hamilton at the front. And you can see there's my teammate Ericsson in 10th place in the championship now, still not getting any points. I mean, he had a good start, but then he's just sort of dropped way off. And look at that, Verstappen is up into 8th place there. He's ahead of Grosjean now, so yeah, I suppose that's good for him at least. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video once again. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and be sure to tune in about a week's time for more modded career mode. But until then, it's been AlexZAfRo here. Goodbye.